We are going to be doing the tier list for the NHL games. I believe this one is from 99, I think. No, NHL 98 up until NHL 24. Didn't play a couple of these, so we'll probably just get those out the way. First of all, starting with NHL 98, never played it, don't know nothing about it. Quick and simple, to the point. Same thing with 99, never played it. There's going to be a couple of these where I did not play. Okay, then we got 2000 with Pronger. So where's that at? Right here. Never played it. Okay, I'm just going to put this out here. I never played an NHL game until 2002, I think, with Lemieux on the cover. Yeah, 2002. So 2001 with Owen Nolan, did not play. Now, for nostalgic reasons, I want to put NHL 2002 so high because it was just a fun game to play. I remember going over to my uncle's house that lived in the same neighborhood as I did as a kid. I would just walk over to his house and I would just play NHL 2002 on his original Xbox for hours on end while he just chilled and did his thing. I would sit on that Xbox for hours and just play that game. I didn't play any other game. I only played NHL 2002. So for me, I'm going to put it at really good. It's not best, but it was a fun game to play. It was a very fun game to play, especially for the time that it did come out. So definitely got to put that up at really good. Next, we got NHL 2003 with Jerome McGinley. I don't remember this game. And that to me pretty much just tells me that it's not anything above just okay. Again, this is my list. Okay, you guys can say whatever the hell you want. It's okay. I don't remember it. I remember Jerome McGinley being on the cover. I don't remember much about the game as a whole. So I'm gonna put NHL 2003 in the okay tier. You know what? I'm gonna go a little bit out of order. We're gonna change this up. I'm gonna go in order of this list. NHL 06 with my guy Vinny Lecavalier. It was okay. I was so young back then, it's kind of hard to remember a lot of these, but I really don't think that it was anything like to fully remember. But again, it wasn't awful either. NHL 07, one of the most iconic games in the franchise, just strictly because they introduced the skill stick, and that alone was something new and honestly changed the whole direction of this franchise. So for that, I remember this game a lot. I'm gonna put it in really good. Again, fun game. NHL games in general I enjoy playing. NHL 08, I don't remember this game either. I don't remember this one. I know I played it, I just don't remember it. And like for me, it's almost like if I'm gonna put, here's the thing, I remember NHL 06 more than NHL 08, right? If I'm gonna put NHL 08 in okay, I feel like I almost have to move NHL 06 to good, because I remember more about NHL 06, which speaks more to me to say it was a memorable game versus NHL 08, because I'll be honest with you, I don't know much. I don't remember much about it. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to move 06 to good. And I'm going to move 08 to okay. NHL 09, the first year of EASHL, I did not play EASHL. I do remember the game as a whole. It was okay. Like, I don't think it was great, but I don't think it was, bad either. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in okay too, because again, I'm kind of just like, it's okay. Like, it's nothing great, but nothing bad either. Now, NHL 10. NHL 10 was the first year that I played EASHL. I remember staying up until like 3-4 a.m. in the morning, playing the playoffs and winning the cup and winning the banners and everything. It was so sick. But I don't think it's on the same tier as, like, I think it's, if you had a middle between really good and good, I would put NHL 10 there. Again, like I said, kind of somewhere in the middle. So I'm going to put this in good above NHL 06. So NHL 11 and NHL 12 were like the two games that I really like grinded the most. Pause. But the game itself was like, it was just a whole bunch of glitches. Like it was just, I remember the deke you literally could do around the CPU defenseman, go back in and score. And that's all you would do the entire game. A lot of these newer NHLs are obviously going to go above a lot of the older games because, again, I didn't really play a lot of these older ones, and obviously from 98 to 2001. But, I was also a young kid back then. So NHL 11, I would put above NHL 10. I feel like that's a pretty fair place to put it. NHL 12 was probably my favorite game, arguably so far, ever in the NHL series. I love this game. This game has a special place in my heart. For right now, I'm gonna put it in really good. I'm not gonna put it at best because there's two other ones that I think are better than NHL 12. It most definitely has a special place in my heart as a game. But I don't think it's the best because NHL 13, I think, is probably the best EA game we've had, NHL game wise. It was enjoyable. You could play small games in EA SHL. You could play sixes. Hut was a pretty, easy game mode to kind of get down. It wasn't super ultra complicated, and you could pick up the controller and you could just kind of play it, right? That's just the game I had the most fun playing, in all honesty. 14 over 13? Heck no. There's no way. There's no way. There's again, I can't put 14 over 13. I can't do it. Here's the other thing that people have to keep in mind. There was a span where I kind of took time away from NHL games because I was so focused on playing college basketball. So it kind of, bit into that. I did play a little bit of NHL 14 and it was fun. I think it's honestly, again, if you were to look at this, I would probably put NHL 14 above 12 and really good. I don't put it above NHL 13. Now, this might be bold, and I think people are really, really going to have an issue with this. I'm putting NHL 15, the game with the face-off master as the cover. I'm putting this in terrible. I did not like NHL 15 at all. I didn't like 15 whatsoever. 13, you had goalie sitting butterfly in the middle of the goal line saving. True. Yeah, I forgot about how 13 had the goal line sit in butterfly. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make a final decision at the end because I forgot about the NHL 13 goalies just sitting goal line in butterfly. I actually forgot about that. I thought that was 12. I don't know why I thought that was 12, but again, we'll visit that at the end. There's going to be one left standing in best at the end. I just don't know which one yet. NHL 17. I played this on PlayStation. Didn't really have fun with it. I was in college, barely played it. I mean, I'll put it in okay just because again, I'm really like indifferent. So again, just it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't great either. NHL 18, I would probably put in the same category. Again, okay, but it's like the bottom of okay because I don't really have a preference. NHL 19 was when I first came back and started like really playing the NHL games. It was okay. I remember I was at an AAU basketball tournament and I was sitting in my hotel room and I brought my Xbox specifically to play the beta of NHL 19. That's really honestly the only memory I have of it. I personally think it's like, I'm going to be honest, it's above 17 and 18, but I don't think it's better than any of the older games. I know these, specifically these two with Iginla and Stahl on the cover, they don't have EA SHL in them, which kind of plays a part in my rankings. But as a game overall, 19 was like at best. Is that 16 with the cup? Is it 16 with the cup? Hold on. No, 16 is John. Oh, maybe this is 16. I can't tell. We're going to act like this is. We're going to act like this is NHL 16. And I'm going to put this in the same category as the other two, 17 and 18. I didn't play it. I barely played it. Wasn't that like, because NHL 15 was the start of new gen. And then NHL 16, I don't even think did 16 have EASHL at all? I'm trying to remember. I don't fully remember that game at all. And honestly, yeah, nah. I'm gonna put it above 15 because 15 by far probably is my. I hated 15. 15 was horrible. I don't remember much about 16 at all. I at least remember playing 17 and 18. I don't remember playing 16 at all. That's the biggest thing is like if I can't remember a game, how is it good? You know, for me, you know what I mean? Like maybe other people have different opinions on it, but I don't remember shit from that game. Like I don't remember anything. With 2004 and 2005, I barely remember those games. Again, it's just like NHL 2003, right? Because NHL 2002 was with MU. I remember that one. I don't really remember 03 to 05. So actually, let me do this. Let me move 03 down. Because again, I don't really remember. This is kind of like the I don't really remember playing it section. I'm going to put 05, right? No, 04 with Heatley, and I'll put 05 with Naslund. Kind of in this realm of like, I don't really remember playing it. I'm sure I played them. I'm sure I enjoyed myself, but it's not like any of the other ones above it that are kind of like, oh, I at least remember playing this. NHL 20. See, now we're getting into the good stuff. We're getting to the next, the new gen, COVID, post-COVID NHLs. And NHL 20, for me, this is tough. I'm going to put it, I really liked NHL 20. NHL 20, I think, was really dope. And that's when I first started streaming NHL on Twitch. And I met a really good friend for the first time. And now I can't get rid of him 4 years later. But yeah, it's, I think NHL 20 for me, just outside of the game itself, just has, you know, more of a meaning than a lot of the other games. Some people liked it, some people didn't, but I think NHL 20 and kind of 21, I feel like people generally enjoyed, but I could be wrong. Speaking of NHL 21, I'm going to put NHL 21 in good, and I'm probably going to put it above 11, only because 11 just had too many glitches and stuff, and no. And I played more of 21 than I did 11. From just a general standpoint, hut sixes, you know, small games, you know, and everything else. So yeah, I'm gonna put NHL 21 in good. Not a bad game, but you know, it's not. I don't think it's in the realm of like really good or even close to best. NHL 22, same concept. I enjoyed 22 more than 21. Really, honestly, that's I don't really have a reason for it. I just did. NHL 23. It's crazy because this game I had probably the most success from a competitive standpoint than I did 21, 22, or 20. But the game really just wasn't that great. 23 was a bunch of forces across the cross crease. You couldn't pick off a pass to save your life. Goalies were somewhat overpowered. I wouldn't even put it above NHL 11, honestly. I would put it somewhere right here in the middle of good. I just, 23, again, had the most success, you know, competitively, but it just, again, it wasn't a very good game. 23 wasn't that great. And 24, quite frankly, ain't that much better. Am I going to put 24 below 23? They somewhat fixed the force issue, but there's so many other things, and the amount of shots that you can just shoot into the goalie's stomach and it just goes in. Call me crazy. I'm putting it below like 24 is okay. It's not good. It's not really good. And it's sure as hell ain't the best. I hope 25 is better, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. So now, the task at hand. We need one to stand alone in best. And I originally put NHL 13 in there. But I do remember that 13, and somebody in chat reminded me that that was the year of the goalies just sitting in butterfly on the goal line and just saving everything. You know, like it really took not a lot of skill to do. And 14 and 13 were so similar, but 14 addressed that issue. So for that reason, I'm going to keep 14 in best as the best NHL game in, you know, since the 98 game, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's my list. I don't really see any issues with it personally, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people in the comments. Yeah, what the you didn't put the, you know, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's my list. So what?